Pickacard. Who is watching your social media? Here are your options, and I'll see what you're reading.
Okay.
Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 1, you chose this lovely image on the right hand side of the screen, and your downloads go as follows. Who is watching your social media? We're going to find out whom, and perhaps even a little bit about the why. You, pile number 1, are otherworldly. They don't recognize you anymore, or they don't even comprehend you. You seem entranced or enchanted by something people don't really quite understand. You don't post much outside of the one niche at all. It's chilly unless you're a part of what pile number 1 is focused on. And of course, I was looking at the blue ice, the glacier ice, not the kind that falls off of the plane, by the way. Part of your downloads, pile number 1, are heart chakra things. So people are trying to get a read on what it is that you care about, what it is that you love. They want to demystify what has captured your attention. And pile number 1, if this is you, or if this sounds intriguing, then join me for the shuffle and the subsequent reading in 3, 2, 1. Welcome. If you are new to my channel, I hope that you find something that's helpful, hopeful, or at the very least, something that is amusing. And if you're indeed a repeat offender and a supporter, I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you guys so much for your love and your encouragement. Pile number 1, who is watching your social media? You have the Queen of Coins. And you have the Page of Wands. So I definitely feel like it's 2 different people that are watching your social media. First of all, the vibes that I'm getting off of this, the Queen of Coins is somebody who is solid, who's grounded, who probably has a couple of different businesses, and maybe even perhaps like businesses that you're not aware of. Now, this person traditionally is somebody that children can come towards. They're very open. They're very eloquent. I wouldn't say that they're super chatty, although they could be. She seems to be pretty extroverted. I think I should be kind of like not showing all of her wares right here. But anyways, I'm going to say that about this queen has a lot going on for herself. And, you know, she doesn't shy away from the limelight. But for whatever reason, by the way, this could also be your boss. So right when I pull this card, I did get boss vibes right here. So it could be your boss. And we'll find out maybe a little bit more about why this person is watching your social media. Now I'm looking at the snake right here, and it seems to be almost like wanting to not attack, but maybe possibly like scooch in here, kind of like address her hair. So maybe perhaps this person has like an idea about your hair. There seems to be like 3 little, I don't know, villages right here. What is this? Or 3 little flowers? It almost seems like tables, but there could be something about a corporation, a cooperation, and also about maybe like they themselves want to evolve and change and grow. Because a snake, when I think of a snake, it's about shedding skin. It's about changing. It's about growing and evolving. And so this queen, it could be male, female, doesn't make a difference. It appears to be headed towards you, or definitely focused on you at the very least, okay? Next, we have the Page of Wands right here. And with the Page of Wands, pile number 1, this is somebody who is fiery, who is excited, gets excited, and I want to say that they don't really think too much about it. They're like excited and they want to head towards you, that kind of a thing. And right here, this almost looks a little bit like a flogger. If you know, you know. So if you're part of the kink community, maybe that might be a thing for you. I don't know. But this person really is all about like enjoying the juiciness of life. And they're really attracted to you. Yeah, so we're going to see a little bit more about what's going on here. Pile number 1. Smoke and mirrors, misleading and embellishing. So maybe perhaps this is stating that, at least for this one person, I would say maybe your boss or somebody who you collaborate with, or somebody who is, I don't know, I still feel like somebody who would be over you slightly. It could be a manager indeed. And with the smoke and mirrors, this is like misleading and embellishing. Perhaps this person thinks that you're not being forthright with them, okay? Or maybe perhaps you're in a partnership, right? That maybe you own a business, 3 of you own a business. I'm getting 3 right here. And they don't really trust, they sense something is different about you. And so they want to kind of scour your social media to see if they can see beyond the smoke and mirrors, or what they feel like is smoke and mirrors. And, you know, pile number 1, keep in mind that this is just other people's perspective. This could be just absolutely nothing. I mean, people can think so many different things about us, and it could be all nonsense, or it could be, you know, on the money. Who knows? So let's get a little bit more right here. Who is watching your social media? We have the Queen of Cups. You have actually quite a few people watching your social media. Now, this person would be an empath. They're really in tune with their emotions, whereas this person is very like, let me do things, let me get things done. They are maybe more service oriented, not necessarily, but perhaps this person is more like grounded, okay, and doing the tangibles, that kind of a thing. Now, this person's going to be more watery, more emotional based at the very least. And it's interesting because she has her hand protectively over the cup right here, and her eyes seem to be piercing at the camera, right? Let's check that out. It almost looks like she is una sirena, a siren, a mermaid, if you will. So it's very interesting, pile number 1, to look at just the mode of dress and everything else. I love it. I love how she has different textures. I mean, this is frilly. This is kind of like skin tight. It's a bunch of different textures. So maybe perhaps this is stating that somebody is a little bit on the spectrum, on the autism. You know that people get a little bit obsessed or concerned about like texture and things like that, and that's not a big deal. It could or could not be. But I'm looking at also the lights. Have you ever been like hit by a big old wave and just especially at the ocean, right? And well, usually. And you wind up like trying to swim back to the surface, and all you see are these really cool rays. I don't know if that's ever happened to you. And I don't recommend getting knocked over by a wave. That's all I But I do remember that, and it seemed like very otherworldly and very peaceful. So I don't know, maybe perhaps something about the ocean here and the coral reefs, or maybe somebody's name is Coral or Pearl. She's got like pearls going on here. This person can like to wear a lot of jewelry, or you can, a lot of bracelets. It seems very tribal all at once. Now, pile number 1, who is watching your social media? 8 of Wands. This person wants to come towards you. And it's almost like, I mean, everything else, you know, the regular 8 of Wands is, yeah, it's fiery, it's passion, it's a lot of communication and things like that. But this bird is bringing fire to you, which is interesting, because maybe perhaps this is stating that somebody wants to come towards you and illuminate things. But I almost feel like it's like a phoenix, you know, where the bird like burns itself, and then it becomes like something even bigger, and the phoenix rises out of the ashes. And I'm looking at all of this. So it seems to me something about regeneration, recreation. So you could be somebody who's like recreating yourself, regenerating yourself, which would make sense right here, because with the smoke and mirrors, people cannot really understand that, especially if there's not like a lot of spirituality behind their thinking and whatnot. Also, this person could be going to like a fellow, like a psychic, or somebody trying to get more information about you, trying to really peel back the layers and the information. And it seems like they're looking at you with one eye. Potentially some of these people can have an evil eye towards you, meaning that they don't wish the best for you. So definitely recommend like you cleansing your space, your area, your body, things like that, whatever rituals that you really utilize in order to make that happen. And pile number 1, if you were liking these kind of readings, or if you enjoy anything about my channel, I'd really appreciate if you can like, share, comment, subscribe. That would really keep me in the algorithm. Yeah, and also don't forget to click that little notification bell. That way you get notified whenever I drop further readings. That would really help my channel out. So pile number one, who is watching your social media? Could not care less, gives you the cold. Okay, somebody who's pretending. Somebody who's a fake believer. What's going on here? Somebody who could have the letter maybe K. This looks like K or N or even H. Somebody who is in construction or does a lot of work with their hands, that kind of a thing. Somebody who maybe perhaps has given you the cold shoulder, or you gave the cold shoulder to. I'm also going to say that pile number one, this could be somebody that just pretends overall that they lack interest in you. And it is not true, because why are they going to be checking you out? Why do they care about what you're doing on your socials and things like that? That's just like effort. Even if they only kind of like glance at it and see, it's like there's a lot of pretending. And I'm hearing, dost thou protest too much, my lady? I don't know where that's coming from, but you get the point. It's almost like, no, I definitely don't like him. I definitely don't like her. And it's like, well, there's some liking going on. I don't know what's going on here. And this person can wear like a necklace or some kind of a chain. Very interesting, but they're handy. I feel like construction vibes, or somebody who is willing to get their hands dirty. I was going to say heart dirty, so I don't know what that is about. Okay, only you would know who this person would be. And mama's boy. Okay. So maybe perhaps you do indeed have a mama's boy watching, or maybe if you're a parent, then I don't know, if you're like in a blended family situation, this could be like stepmom watching or foster parent or whatever. Her opinion is the most important. Places mother above everyone else. So this could be somebody who maybe even they consider themselves like they're your mom, or they consider themselves like your surrogate mom or whatever, and they feel like their opinion is the most important. So that could be somebody who is watching you. We're going to get a little bit more information. Apathetic, huh? Nobody cares. I beg to differ. Who is watching your social media? The King of Swords. Somebody who's incredibly intelligent also. You have a lot of like watchers. A lot of people. And when I say watchers, almost like I feel like not a religious fanatic, but somebody who's really into, I guess, their faith, their belief system and stuff like that. With the King of Swords, this is almost like, okay, I want to look and see if pile number one is up to like no good. I'm just going to cut that off, which seems like this bird is very fierce. But also the King of Swords is very much like a protector and a provider and a no-nonsense person. So they could be quick to rush in with some harsh words, maybe even like more rushy when they were younger. This feels like an older person, and so does the Queen of Cups, by the way, somebody who is older. So you have like different demographics watching your social media. And then the Nine of Swords right here, this talks to me about somebody who maybe even is like elevating themselves, because this seems like almost like she's with spirit or in spirit, but everybody is like so stressed about it and they're crying. It could indeed be somebody who's crossed over, or somebody who simply elevates themselves above everyone else, and it causes everyone else stress. And actually, that's kind of what I'm feeling here. So this can have to do something with a mother. In the Eight of Wands, the desire to travel towards you, the desire to maybe correspond and have like, you know, a badminton back and forth dialogue of, hey, you know, talk to me, this kind of a thing. And it's caused everyone else around them stress. And this person like doesn't care. They're like, well, I'm kind of holier than thou. I'm untouchable. I am the most important thing. So if you know of someone who has assigned themselves as the most important person in your life, or that like their opinion matters the most, that kind of a thing, then you already know who this is. And my last card, pile number one, is the Seven of Coins. So this is somebody who really is thinking about what it would be like to even throw in their lot with yours, whether it's business or pleasure or, you know, familial, whatever the case is. It's like, have they really put in enough time, energy, and effort into you? Have they received anything out of it? That kind of a thing. And, you know, honestly, like all partnerships, even friendships, are an exchange of some sort of power. So it always is, you know, it behooves us to really think about what the exchange is specifically. And are we, even in friendships, like, are you enjoying your time together? Will this person listen to you? And vice versa, will you listen to them? And so whoever is really kind of looking at things and saying, well, do I want to put more effort and energy into this? Or am I really reaping some reward out of it? Now, for some of you guys, like you could be of a different culture than this person. So you have about 5 people at least on here, by the way. But you could be of a different culture, or they could be. And I'm getting like the Mayan or indigenous. I don't know. Excuse me. Hello. So, yeah. But with the 7 of Coins, they're trying to really grasp the idea of how much more they want to pour into you. Even if you feel like nobody's really poured into you and you're like, what the heck does that mean? That kind of a thing. Keep in mind that sometimes our perspectives are a little bit off, or they're different than other people. So this could even be somebody who took you out on a date twice and they think, well, do I want to spend any more time with that person? Or is it worth my pursuing? Or this could be, you know, any one of the events. It could have been a relationship you had. It could have been a friendship you had. Or it could have been somebody who just was trying to get to know you more on a personal level. Somebody from work and things like that. So anyways, let me know what you think. And especially, this is interesting to me, somebody who thinks that they're holier than thou, and that only they can like bestow blessings upon you if they choose to. Her opinion is the most important. Places mother above everyone else. Yeah. And so you could have somebody like that in your life. And I definitely feel like you would know. So let me know if you feel comfortable letting me know. And if not, that's perfectly fine. Anyways, much love to you. Until next time, namaste. Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 2. You chose this lovely image on the right hand side of the screen, and your downloads go as follows. Pile number 2. Who is watching your social media? I want to put a T in there, social media. Who is watching your social media? You have people vibing with you. They see you calm, cool, collected, and perhaps a bit curated. They're intrigued by your aesthetics or the aesthetics of what you are currently posting. This can involve your voice, communication, podcast singing, guest speaking, acting, anything where you would be in the public arena, okay? Now, the interesting part is I did get a download that your crown chakra and your throat chakra are definitely super connected in this case, and it would be the reason why they are watching. So you're speaking or channeling something otherworldly or foreign to your viewers, and I'm talking about these specific ones that are curious about you instead of just like enjoying your content kind of a thing. They want to know more about you. It's information seeking. It's detective work, that kind of a thing. And so they're trying to understand more about where you're coming from. And that's a positive, right? So if this is you, or if this sounds interesting, then please join me for the shuffle in 3, 2, 1. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, then I hope that you feel welcomed and that you find something that's helpful, hopeful, or at the very least something that is amusing. And for those of you guys that are indeed repeat offenders, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Pile number 2, who is watching your social media? You have the Queen of Cups. And you have the 2 of Swords. So when I was shuffling, I placed the intention that I not get more than 1 repeat. So I'm hoping that I don't get another repeat, just because I don't like to have repeats in my piles. But you could be coming from pile number 1, not necessarily. So who is watching your social media? And the reason why we're inquiring, it's not like your everyday viewer. I'm saying who like really is watching your social media, that kind of a thing, okay? So Queen of Cups is somebody who is very emotionally intelligent. She has really good EQ, emotional intelligence, but not really quick to want to give that away, okay? So this could be somebody who is different from you as far as like ethnicity. Not necessarily. It could be from the Caribbean. I'm from the Caribbean. Hey. But if you look, she's kind of protective over that cup. And it's almost like she has feelings and emotions towards you or about whatever it is that you're posting. But she's not really letting on. It's very protective about her own emotions. And again, we have the coral reef. And it could be she's a little bit of a siren, right? So, and her booty be popping. So maybe it's somebody who has a very nice body, if you will. Now, next to it, we have the Two of Swords right here. The Two of Swords really indicates to me stalemate, or I need to make a decision. Now, with all of this blue, all of a sudden I'm looking at, it's kind of like dark blue, nighttime. And we have, presumably when it's sunny out and she's underwater. And I'm just going to say that this could have to do with a lot with communication as well. And right here, the Two of Swords indicates that maybe perhaps this is somebody who you're in a stalemate with, or you are protective about, like you're maybe possibly meditating or trying to gain some answers, or maybe perhaps they're in the same position and they are the ones that are withdrawing and trying to gain some answers. So either way, I feel like you're not really communicating with this person, or if you are, you withdraw momentarily in order to gain a little bit more of a barometer of what's going on within your own heart and the best way to navigate things. Because here the waters are like pretty calm, peaceful. I do see some fish here, some schools. And then right here, the waters seem a little bit rougher, okay? And plus you have the flames, right? Which is kind of interesting. Now, I love how she is wearing a white dress. To me, always this seems like, for me, it spells out spirituality. And maybe you're trying to kind of pray or meditate or manifest, whatever it is that you want to call it. You're communing with higher power, whatever that is to you. And there is an element of like protection, of self-protection, protecting your own heart. And it could be from, you know, trying to protect your own heart from getting consumed by the fire itself. So we're going to see where this goes. Pile number 2, who is watching your social media? How cute is that? Running back to you. Well, not necessarily this, but look at how cute this dog. I love it. So yeah, with the number 79 right here, you're loyal. They're not. Realizes their mistake and runs back to you. And I heard too before, right when I focused on the running, I heard running with the devil. So this could be somebody who was like up to no good, doing their own thing. And the reason why I'm getting that is that, you know, it says you're loyal and they're not. And so I feel like you could have people on your social media that are maybe past friends or past lovers and things like that, or even like friends that betrayed you. I don't even know if they're like under their very own name, almost like we're mature, we can handle being, quote, page friends or whatever. But whatever it is, I feel like this person, these people want to run back to you because they realize that they messed around, they effed around and found out. And they, you know, I don't like when people say, well, I lost a real one. They lost a real one. No, you chose to like F it up, that kind of a thing. That's more my mindset. So they chose the way they chose. And even like this dog doesn't look necessarily like super clean. I'm looking and I'm like, you need a bath, bro. So maybe perhaps they got into like some trouble, some dirt, and they want to come back towards you because they realize that, you know, it feels so empty without me. Anyways, that's a vibe that I'm getting. It's like they kind of went around and they're like, oh, I'll find something better. Yeah, it ain't no thing. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, maybe it is a thing. Pile number 2, who is watching your social media? Now, this could be a Capricorn. We have Le Devil here. And this is somebody who is set aflame. And it's interesting to me, though, because with the snakes, they usually, like, they shed their skin. And this one, they are burning up. So this person, the way that they're shedding their skin currently is that maybe they could be very, very angry, okay? And when I talk about shedding skin, this is more like, to me, spiritual. This is more like, okay, I've, you know, had an ego death and everything is in layers for me. It's healing is in layers and glow up is in layers. And I don't know. That's how I view things anyways. But this person seems like they have to be consumed by fire almost to like burn from the inside out in order to evolve. And with the devil, there is like just riveted on you. And these blue eyes are unwavering. And then the forked tongue, it's almost like, you know, and the other snake it didn't depict the tongue coming out with a, you know, forked tongue like that. And it's interesting to me because I feel like this person is looking for a way to get through, especially if you have a stalemate, they want to come through. And they're burning with anger. And I definitely feel like with a forked tongue, this person might be a liar. They might be telling you lies. They might be a known liar, by the way. They might be a known liar, and maybe perhaps that's why you have that stalemate going on right there. But for whatever reason, they kind of want to like rescue something, and they want it their way. And that's why I feel like you're kind of like pulling aside and meditating. So yeah, we'll get a little bit more information about that in just a moment. Pile number 2. What? And we have the King of Cups. Yeah. So you have somebody who is definitely, it could be a water sign. It doesn't necessarily have to be. They could be having water in their chart. But all of a sudden this looks like an ice cream. I'm like, let's go have ice cream. Just kidding. But yeah, this person's like really riveted. And this appeared, I don't know if this is a dragon, because I watched something and they're like, stop calling these dragons. They're not dragons. They're serpents or something. So I'm just going to refrain from commenting because I don't really know what that is. But I love how the bubbles are here. I love the intense look. I love how the crab are even looking at this creature coming through. And this creature has a lot of green. So I feel like this person would have grown a lot. This could even be like a Capricorn or a bull, a Taurus. I know those are earth animals, and not water at all. But it could be Cancer as well. I'm just going to say this person is like ready to devour you, and not in a bad way. They're like, wow, I'm kind of excited. And that's why I have a mixture of like green with a lot of red, the fiery intention and things like that. And it seems to kind of match your energy quite a bit, which is pretty interesting to me. So for a lot of you guys, I do feel like that would be romantic, although not every case is going to be. Yeah, this person can invite you to go out to eat or something. So let's see what else we have. Pile number 2, who is watching your social media? If you are liking these kind of readings, do me a favor and please like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not done so already. For those of you that already have, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Also, don't forget to click that little notification bell so that you get notified when I drop further videos. Pile number 2, who is watching your social media? What? Well, that's not cute. Close encounter, divinely protected, so close, potentially harmful, heightened sense of vulnerability. So interesting. This kid reminds me of that creature in Lord of the Rings. Is a golem. I can't remember quite, but you know, my precious guy. But this could be somebody who is really kind of... the feeling I get is a little bit possessive is what I'm feeling. Just almost feeling like your possession, or they're very possessive. Divinely protected. Yeah, it's almost like you're very protected and they can't get close to you. So close, potentially harmful. It's not for everybody, and don't take it all kind of like that either. Heightened sense of vulnerability. So maybe perhaps this person in some way, somehow also feels vulnerable. And they can't, like, you have people with their eyes riveted on you, except for you yourself, which is interesting. So let's see what else we have going on. Admiring, yeah, from afar. So these people, I feel like a lot of them don't live close to you. Don't live close to you. They have to make a trek, an actual physical trip to come near you. Admire from afar. They can look, but they can't touch. Online stalking. And I was trying to avoid utilizing that word because I know there's negative connotations here, but pile number 2, you may indeed have a couple of stalkers here going on. Now let me find out exactly why this would be, okay? So for pile number 2, who is watching their social media? Specifically, who is admiring from afar and stalking? I would like to know. 2 of Coins, somebody who juggled you. Somebody who juggled you, they know they juggled you. It wasn't like, oops, any kind of a thing. And then on here, it's really interesting. This could be like a blended family situation. Maybe they went off and had a family, you know, with somebody else, and now they're raising half their kids and the other kids, and makes them all their kids anyways. I don't know, but we have like half a bear here and half human, and then half a bear on the bottom, and then a human baby. I think that's super cute. But this person could be feeling like life is very burdensome or cumbersome or exhausted. Now, somebody here can paint rocks. You know how those rock paintings with the dots, it's almost like stippling. It's a method of painting where you do it with just dots. I think it's really cool. Never done it myself because I don't have a lot of patience for it. But this person could be into that. They could have some leg tattoos, not necessarily, but possibly. They could have like little ones that are really kind of holding them back. And it seems like, okay, the sun is rising. So this could state to me that maybe they're getting a little bit older. Their kids are getting older and they want to come towards you. But I feel like, you know, it's online stalking. And they did fumble you with juggling. And this could have been, yeah, of course, it could have been like juggling a career and juggling you. And then they found a different partner when you didn't stick around. But I feel like more this was juggling people and they got snared. And the reason why I'm feeling that way is almost like they thought that, yeah, the grass is greener. So this person is like, oops, it wasn't greener on the other side. It was actually on this side. I made a mistake. And it's like, well, bro, too little too late, you know? What else do we have? So we have the Eight of Swords right here. And this is somebody who's completely, look at that image. I've never pulled this card before, I don't think. So I'm just going to say that this person could feel like a burro. Like this even seems like a donkey. I could be wrong, but the long ears maybe. And it's a pelt at this point, right? With somebody hiding underneath it. And so somebody is like really feeling like they have been a donkey and they've actually learned and they've grown from this experience. So you could have a couple of different people here, one that actually has grown from this experience and they feel all tied up in their head because they don't know like what moves to make it right. And they want to take a little, I guess they want to take a minute to really think about things before they proceed, and they don't know even how to proceed, right? They're feeling very vulnerable, just like this guy from the back is feeling quite vulnerable. Let's see why. For pile number 2, why is this person feeling vulnerable? So I have one person and then you and then another person here that would be a stalker, maybe with a family. I feel like this person is not connected to any of those. This person is definitely wanting to bring you something new and full of emotion. And then you have the Eight of Swords right here. And the Devil, you know, somebody who's just hyper fixated and somebody who is just lied. And then you have a lot of people, yeah, that want to run back to you. They know that they did you wrong. But I actually feel like one people out of the 3 that I'm feeling like did you wrong, this dirty dog and the Devil, possibly even the Queen right here, but definitely the one that like juggled you. I definitely feel like one of them learned their lesson and they're actually remorseful. They're feeling like, wow, I would love to spend some time with pile number 2 because, you know, I did them dirty, but how do I come back from this? I don't know if I can. Then we have the Nine of Wands right here. They know that you were defensive and rightly so. And this person's kind of feeling like, oh my gosh, like, do I just run and hide and never come out again? Or do I just state myself and be vulnerable and realize like I was kind of an ass and I did things, you know? Check this out, you guys. We have this house with, it seems like a giant, I don't know, rooster back here, but this is where you roost. And this could be like you have, you know, a lot of defenses around your home and things like that, but you're defensive of yourself. And then the Chariot, yeah. So you have people want to come towards you. And again, I feel like Cancer vibes, but it could be Pisces. I'm looking at the 2 fish right here. But whatever sign, I mean, it could be a Scorpio as well. I don't get a lot of that feeling anyways. But it could be any sign, really. And they want to come towards you. So you have a lot of people that are like in mid-action, okay? So let me know. I just saw the number 1515 right now. If this rings a bell, let me know what you think about it. And, of course, always remember, always only to take like what resonates and leave the rest. So that's what I have. Much, much love to you. Until next time, namaste.
Okay.
Hi friends, my name is Crystal with Toughdolltarot and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 3. You chose this lovely image on the right hand side of the screen and your downloads go as follows. Who is watching your social media? And of course I mean this from who's really watching, not just your typical people that would be on there. So who has a heavy interest and they're watching with an analytical mind or different motives, and that's what we're getting towards. Pile number 3, we have someone concerned with what you say. They're fascinated by your lips, or it could be simply by what you are saying. And they want clarity on what's going on in your head specifically. Notice all the clouds in the picture that you chose. People are wondering if you're, quote, on something, unquote. Now, I know some people take offense. I think my last video, somebody was kind of offended, but I'm just saying this is not my perspective. I'm just downloading what I got. And personally, as long as you don't harm anyone, then I don't really, it's not my business, you know? But anyways, if this is you or if this sounds like you, let's go ahead and get a little bit more information during the shuffle. And 3, 2, 1. Welcome to my channel. If you are a newbie, then I hope that you feel very encouraged and that you find something that's helpful, hopeful, or at the very least something that's amusing. And for those of you that are my repeat offenders, I'm so grateful to have you here and to have your support. Thank you guys so much. Pile number 3, who is watching your social media? You have the 3 of Swords. Uh-oh. And you have the Ace of Wands. So right off the bat, pile number 3, I mean, take a look. This is somebody who has extreme pain over you. This could have been a past lover, a friend, a family member. Also, I'm looking at her wings. And actually, to be honest, the first thing that stood out to me, the 2 little dots that seem to be like eyes or something on her head. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen, because, you know, big surprise, I'm a deep diver. I love to look up information and to look at all different things. And there are these deer that have what seem to be like an extra set of eyes or a extra set of like function that kind of pop out that really don't make a lot of sense that people have found. And so I was a little bit kind of riveted by that. But I'm going to say this person, maybe perhaps they clip their own wings. And with the 2 of Swords, it's almost like the silence is, I hear the silence is deadly. So it could be a stalemate with the 2 of Swords, right? And then the third one right here, it's almost like they clip their own wings. It's stating that maybe perhaps they hurt you, or they, in this silence, they are actually hurting their own heart, okay? And at the same time, they're really curtailing their ability to fly. And to me, that would be like flying towards you or making some sort of a ramification, something like that. Now, with all the feathers right here, I definitely feel like people could be maybe hurt by what they hear because she's not really looking, right? And having some intense feelings. And even this right here seems to be like a page. So maybe they're reading a book or reading a printout of something or looking at social media or reading, you know, some letters that you had sent or text. I don't know. Then we have in the back this shadow of a person. So maybe perhaps there is a third party because you have like the 3 of Swords, right? And usually, and you pick the 3 and it could be third party element. And it could be stating that this person is like a shadow of you, and they would have preferred to like be with you, or they didn't understand, or perhaps, but whatever is the reason, is like they made some bad choices and now they are suffering for it. And they know that, yeah, maybe you did stalemate. You're like, I'm not playing with you. I'm not going to be all up in the mix. I mean, you better pick somebody else for that nonsense. So who knows what's going on right here. Pile number 3, we have the Ace of Wands. There's a lot of desire for you. And this is interesting because usually we see the Ace of Wands like this. But in this case, this is about writing. This is about expression, about impassioned communication. And there's a lot of passion going on here. This is somebody who definitely wants to reach out and really communicate something that they are feeling, perhaps, or something that they're experiencing. Most of all, I think it's going to be something that is a feeling. Now, this is in the early stages, and I say that because mostly we have, the swords right here. They're still processing, even if this has been 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, 2 days, it doesn't make a difference. It can take forever sometimes. Some of us heal very slowly, and so it could just be one of those things, even if they did it to themselves, right? So I'm going to say that you have somebody here that wants to communicate, and they really want to talk about like how excited they are, how fire they are. And now when I start like channeling, I'm feeling like these two are two different people. So pile number 3, we're going to get a little bit more information for the who is watching your social media. Yeah, the ace and the ace of coins, ace of wands, ace of coins. This would be at very beginning. I don't feel like you've had any real like connection or relationship with this person. Whether it's professional, friendship, romantic, it doesn't matter. Regardless, I'm just going to say that this right here feels very earthy. And it's somebody that really wants to ground things. It's like, hey, do you want to, meet me for a drink? Do you want to grab a bite to eat? Let's meet. Let's get to know each other, that kind of a thing. And it seems like that's what they want to communicate with the Ace of Wands is a little bit like they're impassioned by you or excited by you. And this, of course, could be I think like physical stimulation, that they're feeling a certain way towards you, right? So pile number 3, you have the Queen of Cups. You came out in all 3 piles, you guys. So this could be somebody who is very emotional, very protective of her own emotions. This person has been known to, in their youth and their younger years, and it doesn't have to be an older person at all. You can learn lessons as a younger person. But this person, when they were in the younger phase, they tended to just be like, oh my gosh, I'm in love. And this person's so great. And then all of a sudden it's somebody new. And this would be somebody who brought like a different girlfriend, guy friend around. Like every time you turned around, it was a new person because they really legit would feel that way. And it was the oops, shiny syndrome. They would just get enamored by whoever was walking by or whoever their eye happened to catch on. So that love had no sustainability, no durability, and no longevity for sure. Now it seems like this person's matured and they're very careful with whom they extend their love towards. And that's actually good news, pile number 3, right? They're a lot wiser than they were before. So pile number 3, if you're liking my readings, if you could do me a favor and please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, I would really appreciate if you guys can click that little notification bell. That would let you know when I drop further videos. And when I watch other people's videos, I actually click the like before I actually watch it because sometimes I'll forget. But that's just me. Anyway, so my graffiti is saying, hey, how is you? Okay, boy toy. Object of actual desire. Good for one thing and short-lived. So maybe somebody who is younger than you, doesn't necessarily have to be, but somebody who is like buffed or nice and fit or very lean. Somebody really full of youthful vigor is what I'm getting now. And so this person can definitely be looking at you. And if you perhaps are this Queen of Cups, they're kind of like, hey, mommy, come here. That kind of a thing. So I don't know your life. I'm just saying. Or it could be, a younger girl looking at an older guy. And I'm talking of age. Okay. We don't talk anything else on this channel. So financially using you. What is going on here? So we have financial abuse, controlling income and expenses, hiding or hoarding money. So somebody who, could have like financially abused you, or somebody that used you, or, and if it doesn't even have to be like that, you could be thinking, well, I don't even make that much to be used. But if you're the one that's always like picking somebody up and going through, buying the meals, or if you're picking up the tab frequently, or if you're like, you know what, come over my house, I'll make dinner. And of course you bought all the things. It could be habit that is formed in that way, or other habits here, right? Because this looks like a toot toot. I mean, if you know, you know. So it could be that somebody's using you to get their kicks in life. Excuse me. Pile number 3. So who is watching your social media? Cloak and disguise. Yeah, probably somebody who is not even on their own account, or they made a couple of additional accounts, up to like 4 different accounts, in order for them to be on your pages, wherever your socials are, right? I don't have to go through them, but the X or Facebook or Rumble, Red Note, you know, all the things. TikTok, YouTube, of course, whatever. So this could be a person that's really hiding behind many layers of disguises, trying not to be seen themselves, conceals true identity, mysterious, not showing all their cards. And yet, pile number 3, isn't it interesting that they want to see all of your cards? I wonder why that is. So we're going to get a little bit of information here. Hey, just drop the number here. Maybe they want to drop their number towards you. But it's almost like they don't want you to know who they are for sure. Why would that be, please? Ten of Swords. This is somebody that you had a horrible ending with. Listen, this is somebody that you don't even see wanting to come back. This is somebody who feels like they're drowning within that ending after all. And this is a tool utilized to really cut meat. Like, I think it's the Eskimo. And if I get that wrong, please do correct me. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anyone, but I love these things, and I looked them up, and then I keep forgetting what they're called. You actually cut the meat like this, and typically, apparently, like the women do it. They don't like the men doing it. I don't know, because it's like a tradition thing. But look at how this person is grasping, and it's almost like, you know, we've had a massive ending, and they feel like they're grasping at straws, literally grasping at swords right here. This would have been somebody that maybe perhaps even enlisted other people to talk bad about you, or you had some massive words and they didn't see this ending coming, or this could have been somebody who thought they would like cut you out and be perfectly fine, only to realize that their entire world sank. And I'm not saying that we're all special, that, oh my gosh, if they're not with us, you know, I don't feel like you're arrogant like that, and I definitely don't feel that way. But I definitely believe, pile number 3, that maybe you could be like people's good luck charm. And all of a sudden, when they're around you, they could start healing faster, gaining the benefits of being around your spiritual protection in a lot of ways, right? And so I think that if this person was like doing things, maybe they were divinely protected by you in a lot of ways, maybe even perhaps without knowing. And now that after you left, you separated, whatever the case is, your protection no longer surrounds them, and they are suffering the consequence of their own choices and actions. Now, with the Ten of Swords, pile number 3, this could be also like volatile words. So this is somebody who you definitely would have had a fight with, or like a horrendous ending. This was not a, oh, we faded into the night and we just never talked again. I don't really know what happened now. This is somebody that if the story is clicking, then you know. If you know, then you know. And they are trying to tread water, but they're quickly sinking. So what else do we need to know? What about this boy, Tori? What's going on here, please? Okay. 10 of Coins. Interesting. So this could be somebody who would love to, actually, interesting. They have some longevity to them. They would like to be maybe like their family friend, or they were around your family, or they were from your village, that kind of a thing. And looking at this dog getting a massage. What the heck is going on here? It's funny. But so yeah, the number 1212 right now. This could be somebody who was already in your energy. And maybe perhaps you're like, yeah, no, you're too young. Yeah. So I have a friend who's like, yeah, younger. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're just too young. And he's like, well, I'm older now. And I'm like, you're still young. But this person can have some longevity. Like with the 10 of Coins, it could be like, I want to wife you up, husband you up. I feel like we would be a good team, that kind of a thing. So let's see what else we have. What's the Ace about? I feel like you'll know if somebody's financially abused you in the past or wants to. You're going to know that. But who is the Ace of Wands right here? Who is watching your social media? Ace of Wands and the Ace of Coins, please. King of Coins. Yeah, they are slow. This is a slow mofo that wants to come towards you. They are definitely watching, but they go into their little hidey hole, back into a little shell, because sometimes they're uncertain. They want to know that you are a sure thing, that you are going to develop like really good roots with them, that it's not going to be a flash in the pan, that kind of a thing. But they're definitely watching you. And yeah, with the motive again, it's like, it seems like you're definitely the wifey kind of a type, or the husbandy kind of a type. Like when people view you, even if you're in a committed relationship already, people think this is a person that, like, if, do you have a twin? Do you have a brother? Do you have a sister? That kind of a thing, that your character alone or whom you are just like supersedes you. And it feels to me like people are just automatically attracted. It's like, yeah, don't mess with pile number 3 because they're wifey or husband material. And your last card, what? The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. And what did I tell you? Look, it seems like you vibrationally really can even feel these people thinking about you, or you can even know this. Like the whole reading, you're like, yeah, I already knew that. And I get that. But with a spider web right back here, it seems like you have your finger on the pulse, because anytime something hits a spider web, the spider is going to automatically know throughout these like elaborate connective networks, like where the victim is, right? That kind of a thing. And so in this case, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is talking about a globe. Anybody would be privileged to have you, to be your friend, to be your lover, to be your husband, to be your wife, that kind of a thing. Anybody just looking at you knows automatically. And that's why they are checking out your social media, see if there's anyone around. Are you single? Are you taken? Is your relationship still withstanding the test of time? I mean, there's a lot of questions of partnerships right here. And then with the X, to me, the 10, yeah, is people really wanting to know, like, is this cool frost over and can we move on to something warmer? With the 10, you know, the 10 becomes a 1. Can we begin anew again? So some people are watching in hopes of starting all over again. I don't know if you're even going to go for that, to be honest, but that is what I have for you. Let me know what you think, and until next time, namaste.